Hello friends, I am Pooja Jain uploading the video on some another section of the Indian Contract Act 1872. If you like this video, please press the like button, and if you are new, please subscribe the channel. Let's start. Indian Contract Act 1872. In the previous video, we already discussed about the contract, agreement, coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, etc. In this video, we are discussing about section 23 to 30 of the Indian Contract Act, which basically deals with what type of consideration and object are lawful, unlawful, what type of agreement is void, and specific agreement which are void ab initio, means void from the starting. Let's start. Section 23. Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act deals with what type of consideration and objects are lawful or unlawful. So, all consideration and objects are lawful unless they are under this points. Means forbidden by law means any law which forbid that consideration or object. Second, if the consideration and object is of such a nature that if permitted, it would defeat that it against the provision of any law. Third, declared fraudulent. Fourth, implies injury to person or property of another. Means, for example, if there is an agreement between two parties and A agrees to pay B sum of money 50,000, provided if B beat to C by the stick, then it is the injury to person, then it is not a lawful consideration or object. Court regard it as, means court regard that consideration or object as immoral or opposed to public policy. Means, for example, if A agrees to pay B a sum of money 20,000 if B harass a woman, then it is immoral. Though if act which is the consideration or object is not forbidden by law, but if it is immoral and opposed to public policy, then that consideration and object are unlawful, and this type of agreement are considered as void. Section 24. Section 24 deals with agreement void if consideration and object unlawful in part. Means, if in an agreement there is a single consideration but one or more object, or one or more consideration for single object, then this type of agreement is void and that consideration and object is unlawful. For example, if A employer agrees to pay sum of money 30,000 to the B who is employee for the two object, first for their employment and second for the traffic in articles but illegally, then it is void, then whole agreement is void and not part. Means, if a consideration and object is unlawful in part, then whole agreement is considered as void. Section 25. Section 25 deals with agreement without consideration when legal. Means, general rule is that agreement without consideration is void, but if in these three circumstances, if there is no consideration, then agreement is valid and enforceable. Means, if the agreement is in writing and registered by any law for the time being in force of any document, and agreement is made because of love and affection between the parties, then in that case, if there is no consideration, then it is allowed. Second, if the agreement is for promise to compensate for something which is already done, then in that case consideration is not necessary. Third, if agreement is for promise to pay debt which is already barred by Limitation Act, then in that case the consideration is not necessary. In all other cases, without consideration, the agreement is void. Now, section 26 to 30 discuss about some agreement, that specific type of agreement which is void ab initio, means which is void from the beginning. Section 26, agreement in restraint of marriage is void, means, for example, A agrees to pay 1 lakh rupees to B provided B not married to C, then this type of agreement is void, but except in case of minor. If in case of minor there is agreement in restraint of marriage, then it is allowed. Restraint means to control or to restrict someone for something. Section 27, agreement in restraint of trade, business or profession is void, means if any person restrain or restrict to any another person on any consideration for carry on any lawful trade, business or profession, then that type of agreement is void ab initio. Section 28, agreement in restraint of legal proceeding is void, means, for example, a person having the right to institute a case or legal proceeding against any other person, and the person other than him restrict them for instituting case or legal proceeding which a person have the right, then this type of agreement is void ab initio, and in that case no monetary consideration is acceptable. Section 29, agreement void for uncertainty. Any agreement which is not certain is void, means agreement the meaning of which is not certain or capable of being made certain is not possible, then in that case the agreement is void. For example, A agrees to sell 100 ton of oil to B, then this agreement is void because there is no clarification about what kind of oil A agrees to sell B, then this agreement is void. Any agreement under the Contract Act, if not certain, then that type of agreement is void, means certainty is necessary in the agreement. Last, section 30, agreement by way of wager is void, and in that case the party has no right to sue another for any recovery or for any breach. Agreement by way of wager. Wager means betting. For example, if there is a cricket match between India and Sri Lanka, A agrees to pay B if Sri Lanka win, and after the match Sri Lanka won the match and A does not pay any amount to the B, then B has no right to sue for any recovery as the agreement between the party, because that agreement is fall in this category, that is agreement by way of wager. Hence, all this section is related to particular agreement which is void ab initio. I hope all this information is useful for you to understand the concept of what type of consideration and object are unlawful, lawful, and what type of agreement is void ab initio. Thank you for watching.